Mr. Deutch is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I've had to wait a while to speak, but I have not had to wait nearly as long as the Holocaust survivors have had to wait for justice. Madam Chair, let me first extend my deepest thanks to you for bringing the Holocaust Insurance Accountability Act, now the Tom Lantos Justice for Holocaust Survivors Act, before this committee. It has been a privilege to co-sponsor this legislation with you on behalf of the thousands of Holocaust survivors that we represent. For the survivors in Florida's 19th District and throughout the country, time is of the essence. It is no secret that the Holocaust survivor population is among our most vulnerable. When this committee held a hearing on the rights of survivors several months ago, I spoke of the Yom HaShoah remembrances I've been attending for years and spoke of the crowds that used to fill the events every year. There are now more and more empty seats. These survivors deserve to live out their lives with dignity. They deserve proper health care, access to home care, and simple things that we take for granted, like transportation to doctor's appointments, to the grocery store. And they deserve to not have to choose between buying those groceries or paying for prescriptions. Madam Chairman, this bill is about justice, plain and simple. It's about giving survivors the opportunity to pursue justice for the wrongs of the past. When we last had a hearing on this issue, we heard from survivors. Each told a remarkable story. We heard from David Schachter, who joined us then and is here with us today. David sat before this committee and told us his family's story, and there are so many others just like his. At that November hearing, I asked David and the other survivors what the most important message they had to impart to young people that they speak with. It is, they summed up, the choice between right and wrong. The generation of children, this generation of children, is the last generation that will hear the stories of Holocaust survivors directly from those who lived through it. It is our job here to carry out their message of right and wrong, and Madam Chairman, that's what we did here today by passing this bill. Some 75% of the Holocaust survivors in America live in poverty. 75%. Today we gave these men and women at least the start towards a chance to live out their lives with the dignity they deserve. This issue is not about giving peace to insurers or protecting foreign governments. It's not about going to court or pursuing opportunities for future reparations. It is about providing peace and security to those remaining Holocaust survivors of our communities who have suffered the most horrific injustices. And finally, Madam Chairman, I can think of a no more fitting tribute than to name this bill after a member of this body, chair of this committee, who understood the plight of survivors better than anyone because he lived it himself, Tom Lantos. It is a true honor to co-sponsor this bill in his name, the only Holocaust survivor to serve in the United States Congress. I'd like also to thank Mrs. Annette Lantos for her continued courageous work on behalf of those suffering around the world. Madam Chairman, I applaud my colleagues for supporting this legislation on behalf of Congressman Lantos. It is important legislation for David and the other survivors that we're privileged to have join us here today. It is important legislation for my constituents, Jack Rubin, Alex Moskowitz, and so many others. And this moment, Madam Chairman, this moment is vitally important for all of the survivors who quite simply deserve, more than anything else, the pursuit of justice. Thank you, and I yield back.
Well done. Thank you very much.